Taking that deep, deep, deep lymphatic breath. Thank you for coming aboard the Friendship Train Ride. Thank you for joining us in making conscious self-health care moves. So let's discover lasting wellness by being our very own wellness doctor. Step up out of the dark ages of disease care. Conscious self-health care moves by becoming your conscious self-health care navigator and leaping into or with the new paradigm of bioenergetics and quantum health care. Yes, advance from the old and embrace the future of now, making conscious self-health care moves by becoming your own wellness doctor. Welcome aboard the Friendship Train Ride. The remedy. We have a pharmacy inside of us that is absolutely exquisite. It makes the right medicine for the precise time, for the right targeted organ with no side effects. You better believe it, family, community, and friends. I'm your host, Reverend Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, coming to you straight and live from the non-secular science of medicine. Your desire is your prayer. Picture the fulfillment of your desire now and feel its reality, and you will experience the joy of the answered prayer. Family, community, and friends, it's time to take a look from the field vibration of cellular activity. Aboard the Friendship Train, we sit back and take deep, deep, deep lymphatic breaths while we tune into ourselves with the understanding. More and more, we must learn to think not in terms of race or color or language or religion, of political boundaries, but in terms of humanity. Above all races and political boundaries, there is humanity. Welcome aboard the Friendship Train Ride. Thank you for joining us, and we all are making conscious self-health care moves. Right perspective, right results. When your perspective is not clear, your behavior becomes inconsistent. It's time for consistency. Your body will never lie to you. Family, community, and friends, your body will never lie to you. However, your mind will. Step up to quantum health care. Thank you for coming to dance and breathe with me. This Wellness Wednesday on the Conscious Self-Health Care Conversation Radio Show. Woo woo! Taking that ride. Woo woo! To healthcare freedom. Woo woo! Making your conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation view is essential for self-success. Taking that deep, deep, deep lymphatic breath. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the Friendship Train Ride, family, community, and friends. This Wellness Wednesday, 2023, January. Thank you for joining me once again. Thank you for telling a friend to come aboard the Friendship Train Ride. It's truly appreciated. Take that deep, deep, deep lymphatic breath as you tune into yourself. And I say, take you to high grounds. You know how you like an opening. Still loving that instrument playing by that young man. Yes, just think about it. Yes, getting into the groove, feeling your own vibration, tuning into yourself, because you are now becoming, or you are, your wellness doctor. And that is the most powerful, powerful thing that a human being can do for their own body. is to provide that for themselves freely, openly, and honestly. And like Baba Tomorrow told us, growing old does not make you sick. Growing old does not make you sick. It's growing sick that makes you old. Baba Tomorrow, Common Sense University, Common Sense Herbs. I love you, Baba Tomorrow. Thank you so very much. That's why I say never be sick again. Let's get the word and release it, because we're not a victim to anything. Our cells will malfunction. We will create cellular malfunction. It's a part of the process of being a human with cells. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the Friendship Train Ride family, community, and friends. I'm Reverend Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, coming to you straight and live from the non-secular science of medicine. Conscious living through living consciously. I am so proud to be able to offer you, on behalf of the Arc of Self-Healing and Self-Help, health education for longevity and peace. That's what we share with you right here on the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. Woo woo! You know, family, community, and friends, I'm really excited. Every year, the first of the year, we go back and we honor the founder of the International Academy of Lymphology, Dr. Samuel C. West, for all the work that he has done in bringing to light for us to understand the blood protein research and understanding the lymphatic system. Yes, the lymphatic system. We're not just talking about the immune system and how they tie everything all in together. We're talking about the power of the lymphatic system. So as a certified lymphologist, senior ambassador for health and peace of the International Academy of Lymphology, the IAL, and its sister organization, the Worldwide Blood Protein Research Society, I have accepted the duty and responsibility with so much love in my heart of teaching others the science of lymphology and the art of lymphosizing. Like I shared with you last week as I brought in the first lesson, my son life brought me to the science of lymphology, and it has been the greatest gift that I could ever have been given as a human, and I'm thankful for all the energy that was there for me to locate it. And the non-secular sign teaches what we must learn to obey the mental, nutritional, physical, spiritual, emotional laws of health, the lymphatic system, powered, supported by the breath of life. Simply said, it teaches you how to get well and stay well. Having these skills will encourage you to live at peace and harmony for your well-being and others. So I thank you for joining me on the Friendship Train Ride and sharing this information with a friend, because we're stepping up out of the dark ages of disease care. We are emancipating from medical mental slavery, and we are definitely shifting out of chronic disease care stress. So sit back, family, community, and friends. Take a deep, deep breath. Listen to my commercials. Understand what I offer you in the field of bioenergetics and epigenetics, and you becoming your own wellness doctor. And I'll be right back with you, family, community, and friends, and share with you on the science of lymphology from the International Academy of Lymphology, letting you become your own wellness doctor. Be right back with you, family. Are you at your wit's end because there seems to be no solution to your healthcare problem? Is it okay for me to say to you that you can have peace of mind? Take back control of your health. Are you experiencing anxiety, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, fibromyalgia, high blood pressure, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, any fictitious disease? Whatever your symptoms or diagnosis are, there is a conscious solution to transform the cause of your pain. Not treat symptoms or mask it. No prescription medication, no over-the-counter drugs, no organs removed are required. Take back control of your health by the renewing of your mind. You can create wellness today. Contact Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, www.cell-life.com. Do you feel lost? Do you feel out of sync? Could it be that you are experiencing electromagnetic sensitivity? Yes, electromagnetic sensitivity. Could man-made frequencies interfere with cellular activity and melatonin production? We are beings of frequency, light, and information, and you are your own experience. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of man-made mindset of human consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Schedule your Nest Provision Human Body Field Scan with Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit the website for CELLLIFE.com, the number 4, CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation, 202-248-7749. Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal health care prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified lymphologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web for CELLLIFE.com. The number 4, the words CELL, CELLLIFE.com. Hey, we gotta help one another. Friendship train ride to making conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation view is essential for self-success. Success of you becoming your own wellness doctor. And knowing why you became your own wellness doctor, knowing that you will create cellular malfunctions, and knowing the things you can do to minimize that and allow you to live here on planet Earth in love, peace, and harmony, and in wellness, the wellness for yourself. So we're here, and as a doctor of lymphology, teaching you cellular ecology, I'm sharing with you the principles of the International Academy of Lymphology that has a home self-study course that allows you to become your own wellness doctor. And like I said, I've been sharing the science of lymphology with you for almost 30 years now, and it's what has helped sustain me when I do have cellular malfunctions. I hold on to this truth that I'm sharing with you right now. So, in this part 2, I'm sharing with you the healthy, dry state and the disease swamp state. Now, there's a pictorial that goes along with this talk that you need to see, and you can visit my website for Cell Life, the number 4, CELLLIFE.com. Click on anything about cellular ecology, the International Academy of Lymphology. You should be able to see this picture, as well as you go there and you are able to get your free voice bioanalysis from Nest Health Wellness. That's where we're at right now, and that's what I'm sharing with you, the opportunity to see the vibrations, energetic vibrations of your cells, the condition of what your cells are saying they are in, and what they need for you to support them energetically and through the physical. So, family, community, and friends, take that deep, deep, deep breath. You're on the friendship train ride for making conscious self-health care moves. I'm your host, Reverend Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, coming to you straight and live from the non-secular science of medicine. So we're talking about drawing a picture. You just want to draw a picture, have a line at the top, have a line down the bottom. The line at the top represents blood vessels. The line down the bottom represents lymphatic vessels. What's in the middle? Just draw some circles all throughout. Let's just say that's the area that your cells are living in. That environment around the cells, the environment of the physical body. That's what we're talking about, environment. The environment must be clean and protected, and that's what the science of lymphology teaches you. So I'm going to share some terms with you. Sit back, relax, take your deep, deep, deep lymphatic breath as we share with you about the lymphatic system, the healthy dry state, and what is the disease swamp state. Okay, the dry state equals oxygen. As you know, the formula for the dry state, oxygen pumps, which represents cells. Oxygen pumps electricity, power. So we're talking about the dry state equals oxygen. Blood vessels. What are blood vessels? Blood vessels. Excess blood proteins and water can leave the bloodstream under shock, stress, poison, or injury. Only the lymphatic vessels can remove the blood proteins and water. How is oxygen converted to power at the cellular level? It takes oxygen to turn on the sodium, potassium pumps in every cell, which generates electricity that gives the eyes the power to see, the brain the power to work, and so forth. We are talking about adenosine triphosphate. Y'all know what we're talking about, ATP, the energy of the cells. You have the lymphatic vessels on the opposite side of the blood vessels. These vessels go up in between the cells to remove blood proteins and water from around the cells, thereby maintaining the cells in the what state? The dry state, so that they can pull oxygen and nutrients from the bloodstream right into the cells. So you have to listen to that again, and then you can really see what's going on. The blood vessels and the lymphatic vessels, what I just said to you. You want to be in the dry state. In the dry state, no pain, loss of energy, or diseases. Healthy babies are born in the dry state, or should be born in the dry state. This condition enables the cells to obtain abundant levels of oxygen and nutrients from the bloodstream. Excess fluid and excess sodium and lack of oxygen equals acidity, free radicals, the disease swamp state. You see, family, community, and friends, everyone knows that the oxygen and nutrients are delivered to the cells by the blood vessels. What people do not know is that in order for the oxygen and nutrients to get to the cells, the lymphatic vessels have to keep the cells in the dry state. You know, family, community, and friends, just got to keep coming back and listen to this. And then you step up and you get the 7 free lessons. That's your beginning to really sustaining yourself as your wellness doctor. And yes, there's a lot of things that you must do as a human, as an energetic being, as a vibrational being, to support this body to be in here in the best condition that you wanted it to be in. So we're talking about the International Academy of Lymphology, you becoming your own wellness doctor. We're talking about the cellular ecology variables, the prime variables for cellular ecology: circulation, assimilation, elimination, and filtration. Just look at your face and think about how your body is supposed to work. The information that I shared with you on part 1. Please, family, community, and friends, go back and listen to this information. Step up to the International Academy of Lymphology. I'm going to share with you 7 free lessons that they give out that you can go there and request for yourself. I'm going to be sharing those with you starting with next Wednesday. And we're in 2023, January, the beginning, where I do this every year as an ambassador and as a person that was studying with Dr. Samuel C. West and received my certification as a lymphologist and then my certification as a doctor of lymphology. So family, community, and friends, I'm telling you that you can become your own wellness doctor because the human body is an electrical being. Take that deep, 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 deep lymphatic breath. Thank you for coming to dance and breathe with me each and every Wellness Wednesday and through the week, holding on to it, visiting my YouTube channel, K Davis F, listening to the information, stepping yourself up, being your own wellness doctor. You ain't got to be in agreement with nobody else but yourself. The human body is an electrical being. The life processes have been found to generate electrical fields in every organism that has been examined. And the delicate balance distribution of minerals in and around a living cell, whether plant or animal, accounts for its electrical properties. Science has proven that the human body is an electrical being. Our thought waves are electrical, the energy coming from the eyes are electrical, and our muscles work by electrical impulses from your brain. If someone is angry with you, they don't have to tell you, you can feel it. The sodium-potassium pumps produce the electric energy that makes it possible for a person to start and stop and speed up an electrical train by thinking about it. Turn a wheelchair with electrical energy coming from the eyes, activate a typewriter with electric energy produced by the forehead muscles, and operate a bionic arm. Family, community, and friends, the whole body works electrically off the energy produced by the sodium-potassium pump. In essence, the human body is an electrical being, and your health, strength, and endurance depend upon the energy currents that run through your body. And that's why we say step up out of the dark ages of disease care. Family, community, and friends. Get up and dance. Dance, be happy, be joyful, knowing that you can provide self-care for yourself. We're talking about self-care, self-love, self-respect, self-knowledge, all wrapped in self-assurance that you can become your own wellness doctor when you step up out of the dark ages of disease care. Woo-woo! Thank you for joining me this week. Come back and listen to it when I put it up on the YouTube channel, K Davis F, and family, community, and friends. Dance with me! Woo! As we close out the show, get up and move that body on the friendship train ride. Woo woo! Thank you, family, community, and friends, for joining me on the Friendship Train Ride this Wellness Wednesday. I do appreciate you doing that with me. Taking that deep, 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 deep lymphatic breath. The unseen barrier. Like sweet water and salt water come together and don't mix, there's a barrier. So don't listen to the tricks of the money-motivated personalities who will have you fear your own finality is already written. So don't be committing your own downfall. Stand tall, because it's all about growth and development, naturally sent. Remember, you cannot make yourself worse to get better. No matter how clever it may sound, it brings your body down. How can you regress to progress? You don't, according to the natural text of life, which should be sacred like a wife and sex, because you know what's coming to happen next. Joy and happiness, clarity, which is a rarity. After sharecropping the clock on today's modern plantation, partly ran by the medical industrial complex, become your own doctor and start the process of natural healing and see how you will be feeling in the garden of life with fruit and vegetables as your medicine that are God sent. The unseen barrier, like synthetic and genetic, they don't mix. One is like the kiss of God, the other puts you in a medical nod. The Creator does not make it hard for you. Healing is a very simple, natural process. You have to be willing to go through the test of healing in order to redress the malfunction of the cell so that you will get to the state of being well. You can do it God's way or you can do it man's way. God's way is truly the natural way. We do, and who do you pray to? Your power lies within you. Here is the clue. Oxygen, pumps, electricity equals power. Dr. Samuel C. West. Not chemical power or nuclear power. Not conscious power, our God-given right to reverse all the distresses in our life. You are your own personal doctor, so take back your power and live. Brother HUMAM ABDULMALIK, 2009. Left planet Earth, 2022. He wrote this poem. Share this truth. See you next week, family and community and friends. Sit back, enjoy the music. Woo-hoo! You on the friendship train ride.
All you need is faith to hear the dealers honing. Don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord. train to Jordan, picking up passengers coast to coast. Faith is the key. Open the doors and board 'em. There's hope for all among those loved the most.
Nothing would be more tragic than to stop at this point in Memphis. We got to see it through. When we have our march, you need to be there. If it means leaving work, if it means leaving school, be there. Be concerned about your brother. You may not be on strike, but either we go up together or we go down together. Let us develop a kind of dangerous unselfishness. One day a man came to Jesus. He wanted to raise some questions about some vital matters of life. At points he wanted to trick Jesus and show him that he knew a little more than Jesus knew and throw him off base. Now that question could have easily ended up in a philosophical and theological debate. But Jesus immediately pulled that question from midair and placed it on the dangerous curve between Jerusalem and Jericho. And he talked about a certain man who fell among thieves. You remember that a Levite, when the priest passed by on the other side, they didn't stop to help him. Finally, a man of another race came by. He got down from his beast, decided not to be compassionate by proxy, but he got down with him, administered first aid, and helped the man in need. Jesus ended up saying this was the good man, this was the great man, because he had the capacity to project the eye into the thou and to be concerned about his brother. Now, you know, we use our imagination a great deal to try to determine why the priest and the Levite didn't stop. The times we say they were busy going to a church meeting, an ecclesiastical gathering, and they had to get on down to Jerusalem so they wouldn't be late for their meeting. At other times, we would speculate that there was a religious law that one who was engaged in religious ceremonial was not to touch a human body 24 hours before the ceremony. And every now and then we begin to wonder whether maybe they were not going down to Jerusalem, down to Jericho rather, to organize a Jericho Road Improvement Association. That's a possibility. Maybe they felt that it was better to deal with the problem from the causal root rather than to get bogged down with an individual effect. But I'm going to tell you what my imagination tells me. It's possible that those men were afraid. You see, the Jericho Road is a dangerous road. That's right. I remember when Mrs. King and I were first in Jerusalem. We rented a car and drove from Jerusalem down to Jericho. And as soon as we got on that road, I said to my wife, I can see why Jesus used this as the setting for his parable. It's a winding, meandering road. It's really conducive for ambushing. You start out in Jerusalem, which is about 1,200 miles or rather 1,200 feet above sea level. And by the time you get down to Jericho, 15 or 20 minutes later, you're about 2,200 feet below sea level. That's a dangerous road. In the days of Jesus, it came to be known as the bloody paths. You know, it's possible that the priest and the Levite looked over that man on the ground and wondered if the robbers were still around. Or it's possible that they felt that the man on the ground was merely faking. And he was acting like he had been robbed and hurt in order to seize them over there, lure them there for quick and easy seizure. And so the first question that the priest asked, the first question that the Levite asked was, if I stop to help this man, what will happen to me? But then the Good Samaritan came by, and he reversed the question. If I do not stop to help this man, what will happen to him? That's the question before you tonight. Not if I stop to help the sanitation workers, what will happen to my job? Not if I stop to help the sanitation workers, what will happen to all of the hours that I usually spend in my office every day and every week as a pastor? The question is not if I stop to help this man in need, what will happen to me? The question is, if I do not stop to help the sanitation workers, what will happen to them? That's the question. Let us rise up tonight with a greater readiness. Let us stand with a greater determination. And let us move on in these powerful days, these days of challenge, to make America what it ought to be. We have an opportunity to make America a better nation. And I want to thank God once more for allowing me to be here with you. You know, several years ago I was in New York City autographing the first book that I had written. While sitting there autographing books, a demented black woman came up. The only question I heard from her was, "Are you Martin Luther King?" And I was looking down writing, and I said, "Yes." The next minute I felt something beating on my chest. Before I knew it, I had been stabbed by this demented woman. I was rushed to HUMAM Hospital. It was a dark Saturday afternoon. That blade had gone through, and the x-rays revealed that the tip of the blade was on the edge of my aorta, the main artery. And once that's punctured, you're drowned in your own blood. That's the end of you. It came out in the New York Times the next morning that if I had merely sneezed, I would have died. Well, about 4 days later, they allowed me, after the operation, after my chest had been opened and the blade had been taken out, to move around in the wheelchair in the hospital. They allowed me to read some of the mail that came in, and from all over the states and the world, kind letters came in. I read a few, but one of them I will never forget. I had received one from the president and the vice president. I've forgotten what those telegrams said. I'd received a visit and a letter from the governor of New York, but I've forgotten what that letter said. But there was another letter that came from a little girl, a young girl, who was a student at the White Plains High School. And I looked at that letter, and I'll never forget it. It said simply, "Dear Dr. King, I am a ninth grade student at the White Plains High School. She said, while it should not matter, I would like to mention that I'm a white girl. I read in the paper of your misfortune and of your suffering. And I read that if you had sneezed, you would have died. I'm simply writing you to say that I'm so happy that you didn't sneeze. And I want to say tonight, that I too am happy that I didn't sneeze, because if I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been around here in 1960 when students all over the South started sitting in at lunch counters. And I knew that as they were sitting in, they were really standing up for the best in the American dream and taking the whole nation back to those great wells of democracy which were dug deep by the founding fathers in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. If I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been around here in 1961 when we decided to take a ride for freedom and ended segregation in interstate travel. If I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been around here in 1962 when Negroes in Albany, Georgia decided to straighten their backs up. And whenever men and women straighten their backs up, they are going somewhere, because a man can't ride your back unless it is bent. If I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been here in 1963. The black people of Birmingham, Alabama, aroused the conscience of this nation and brought into being the Civil Rights Bill. If I had sneezed, I wouldn't have had a chance later that year in August to try to tell America about a dream that I had had. If I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been down in Selma, Alabama to see the great movement there. If I had sneezed, I wouldn't have been in Memphis to see a community rally around those brothers and sisters who are suffering. I'm so happy that I didn't sneeze. And they were telling me, now it doesn't matter now. It really doesn't matter what happens now. I left Atlanta this morning, and as we got started on the plane, there were 6 of us. The pilot said over the public address system, "We are sorry for the delay, but we have Dr. Martin Luther King on the plane, and to be sure that all of the bags were checked, and to be sure that nothing would be wrong on the plane, we had to check out everything carefully, and we've had the plane protected and guarded all night." And then I got into Memphis, and some began to say the threats, or talk about the threats that were out, or what would happen to me from some of our sick white brothers. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Greetings, everyone. Are you still taking care of your human body field cellular malfunctions from an outdated healthcare system? Why not shift out of chronic disease care, stress, pharmaceuticals, vaccines, and surgeries, and step up to energetics, epigenetics, and quantum health and healing with me? Step up and take control of your health journey. I offer you one free human body field voice scan from your computer or phone, instant access to your scan results, and more free quantum health information. For more details, visit consciousselfcare.com. CONSCIOUSELF or call Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks 202-248-7749. Yes, it's time to be your own wellness doctor.
Wake up. Yeah.
Wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self Health Care Conversation Radio Show right here on NLI Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLABRATED.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self Health Care Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-health care. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.
Substance of life without a price, because I am free and cannot be sold or bought. I don't care what your children were taught. In life, I'm a spiritual warrior, an African ninja, and I don't care if I offend you, because I am here to bend the lie back into truth. No longer will truth and falsehood be strangely mixed. I see your tricks, lies, and manipulation because of your melanin frustration. Because you be tracing my dreams, builders of pyramids and great civilization, the ultimate in race relations. So therefore, I was never a slave, nor a nigger. You see, I have faith in God and don't have to see him to believe in him. So therefore, I can't develop a God complex and take everything out of context, like marriages of the same sex. No reproduction, so what's the function? To make up man-made laws gone mad like Nero, your hero, playing his violin as the world burns out of control by those in control with no soul and no passion for the masses. But you can't control me. I'm mentally free. Never was I a slave, nor a nigga. You will never be able to figure me out because I'm the mystery of ancient and future time and a long line of masterminds and griots, the keepers of our story. So in this so-called post-racial era, it becomes clear that everything is out of control as the people with soul are sold a new culture identity with without indemnity, as you become your own enemy once again, as the system that hasn't changed as you believe in social equality has been obtained just because of the frame of one African king and the society of Europeans who surround him. Do you think they treat him like the next of kin, or he's really their friend? Let's look at the Republicans and how they vote. My third eye is open, and I see clearly. It's merely hypocrisy being paraded as democracy for the republic in which it stands. Oh, say, can't you see? It's all connected, from the sinking of the Lithuania to the present-day chaos by the Iranians. Man-made pandemics without limits, standing on the verge of total economic plan collapse. And this don't have nothing to do with the Zodiac. It goes a long way back. The Knights Templars of Solomon, who became to learn the elders of Zion and wait to implement the next phase of the plan. And they had commercialized the revolutionary slogan, power to the people. And the people don't know what they be buying, because the RIS, Federal Reserve, and the International Bankers all be lying. The final sign of the New World Order being put into place. But you see, I never was a slave or a nigga. And I figure one aim, one purpose, one goal for those with melanin in their soul, as God's plan unfolds.
Nation. The world today is in a desperate situation. Stealing, burning, fighting, killing, nothing but corruption. It looks like mankind is on the eve of destruction. Oh yes it is. People, let me tell you that we got to learn to live with each other. So get on board the friendship train. Everybody shake a hand, shake a hand. People are talking about the friendship train. Get on board and shake a hand, make a friend. People listen to us now. We're doing our thing on the friendship train. Not today to make tomorrow brighter day for our children. Shake a hand. Well, we're talking about the friendship train. Get on board and shake a hand, make a friend. It don't matter what you look like, or who you are. If your heart is in the right place, something about the right place, you welcome aboard now. This train stands for justice. This train stands for freedom. This train stands for harmony and peace. And this train stands for love. Love, come on, get on. Friendship train. Everybody, shake a hand, shake a hand. Well, we're talking about the friendship train. Get on board and shake a hand, make a friend. People listen to us now. Harmony is the key, my sisters and brothers. Oh, yes it is. I said harmony is the key, my sisters and brothers. Another day might be too late.
people have tried in many ways to get mankind together. So we decided we'd offer our little suggestion, and that is the friendship train. And the way we feel about it, you've got to get started somewhere, somehow. Right on. Where, right on. Why don't you ride on, ride on the friendship train? Said you might as well ride on, ride on the friendship train. You know we can think of no better place than on the friendship train. Everybody shake a hand, shake a hand.